Hey guys, welcome to our channel. So we're through decoding Manwich, and but we came to realize that these calculations and these conversions go on infinitely. You can start with MN, convert it to numbers, back to letters, back to numbers, back to letters, back to numbers, and back to letters here. And this could go on to infinity or until the computer gets its answer. And you can start on the numerology side and go the same way. Numbers, letters, numbers, back to letters. And we also figured that at some point you could smash the numbers and letters together and run that through categories, also get equations. Now, I'm not sure if the quantum computer would need to run through categories or not. It may run through categories, it may not. We use them in order to get more information. A quantum computer might just get all that information at once without worrying about categories. It helps us. It might help a computer too. I'm not sure. The computer might just take all the information it can without worrying about the categories, but it might also use the categories. I'm not sure about that. But we decided to smash these numbers and letters together here, like so. And since this goes on infinitely, we had to pick a finite place to stop. We stopped here on the alphabetic order side, and we stopped here on the numerology side. And these could go back and forth between numerology and alphabetic order. Also, alphabetic order in reverse you could use. 8 number numerology. Numerology in reverse is also a thing. There's a lot of things that could be done. And we're only using alphabetic order and numerology in this. And so we paired this off and got MN13, AC14, MA45, DN41, MN32, DM25, VE14, NW23. Now we got this to run through the stock market, finance, genetics, medical, and we got it to go forwards through chemical. And now we're coming back through chemical. So if you start with 32W right here, you do get some things. You get some court cases up here. You get chemical safety sleeves. Vanguard 32W, chemical safety sleeves, deals with a fluorescent lamp. But you get some court cases. You got environmental and chemical safety, Sylvania. And if you come down here, you also get electrochemistry. This is a Google book. Chemistry of fuels, industrial waters, lubricants, building materials, lime and cement, paving, to accompany course 32W. So you get a few things with that. And I decided to take that a step further just because I could. We went 2WN. And 2WN is on the protein data bank. And it's this right here. So, I'm not going to read all this, but it's this. So you got 2WN. And I also took 3WN and got this in the chemical components in the protein data bank. And 3WN here, code 3WN, molecular name for aminophenyl. this long thing here. So you got a few things with that. But we're going to move on to N4. And N4 ends up being tetrazete. Oh, and also this benzo. So you got this N4 right here. And this is tetrazete, something like that. And you also get N4 benzoyl cytosine. And this is on PubChem again. So you get a couple of things with that. But we're going to move on to 41E, and 41E is on the protein data bank in Europe again. Code 14E. It's this molecular name that I'm not going to try to pronounce right now. Another time when I have more time. But you get another code in the protein data bank. And if we move on from that, you have V5. MyBates V5 Chemistry. Daniel Arbor Biosciences. And then the reason I left that up was you got V5, the chemical company. So you got a chemical company. Lasers. Let's see. Chemical and biochemical applications for lasers, V5. So you got a few things going on here with V5, but we're going to move on to 2M. 2M, a group of companies, activities, international branded chemical distribution and chemical services companies. So 2M group of companies, international branded chemical distribution and chemical service companies. All right. And if we move on from that, you have D23. How about lauric acid D23? So you got an acid here. And if we move on from that, you have 3N. So you have a company profile about us, Shanghai 3N Chemicals Company. So you have a chemical company. You also have triethylamine C2H53N on PubChem. And I guess this is the same thing here. So you got a chemical company and a chemical with 3N. And if we move on from that, you have M14. Code M14, protein data bank again. And it's for this long thing that I'm not going to try to pronounce right now due to time constraints. But you have another chemical component in the protein data bank. And if we move on from that, you have Fort N. How about LabChem? Potassium chloride, Fort M, plastic bottle, Lab 1, chemical container size. So you got a LabChem quality solution. So, and if we move on from that, you have D54. D54 is naponate, right here on PubChem, D54. So you got another chemical here. And if we move on from that, You have AM4, and here is AM4. It's once again in the protein data bank, code AM4. 4-methylsulfonophonie benzocarbamide. So another chemical in the protein data bank, chemical component in the protein data bank. And if we move on from that, we have 41C, Metco 41C, austenitic stainless steel powder for thermal spray. So you got more steel stuff here. And we had that before. There were a lot of steels and metals in the atomic numbers. And we had steel coming forward in chemical, and now we have steel coming back, steel powder for thermal spray. All right, if we move on from that, you have A3. How about trioxylene A3 on PubChem? So here's another chemical on PubChem. And finally, 1NM. You have 1NM PP1. And this is on Cayman Chemicals. Here's a little picture of it. And, you got biochemicals over here, kinase inhibitors, all this type of stuff. But 1NM PP1. And that gets you through going forwards and backwards in chemicals. And we will do, I think artificial intelligence is next. So that's where we'll go from here. So for now, guys, thanks for all your thumbs up, thumbs down when appropriate. Thanks for all your comments, leads, feedback, and subscriptions. And thanks for watching, guys. And for now, you guys have a great rest of your day.